Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whatever it is in your local time frame of the world. Welcome to another episode of Final Fantasy XIV from the beginning, where an experienced Final Fantasy XIV player starts it all over with a new character and sees what he forgot and what he's missed and what little changes might have been made along the way over the many years this game has been up and running. So we are doing some more MSQ. We are here in the Dravinian Lowlands, if I remember right. Coerthas Central Highlands. Highlands, Lowlands. Not the same thing, but, you know, easy to mix up in my head. We're Dravinian Highlands. We just got to this area a couple of quests ago. So it's a rather cold and chilly area. So we will be moving through it and seeing what things they introduce us to in this region that's outside the normal 3 city-states of Eorzea. Let's see. Come closer, lass, and listen well. This is for your ears only. Lord Francel is no heretic. He is a goodly, righteous man, wholly dedicated to the cause. I know this because I served House Halinart for years prior to the calamity. You must go to Skyfire Locks and warn him of the coming storm. The Inquisitors are ruthless and will spare him no mercy. Speak to him of an Edelweiss, and he will know you for a friend. Now go. I think that other quest unlocks a dungeon that we may go ahead and unlock that and run that after we complete this leg of the MSQ. But let's get out our big old bruiser here of a mount and head on up to speak with Francel. Actually, I'm going to look at a couple of things in my gear here. Just looking to see if there's anything I have. Nope, actually, I need to get myself some new earrings, because the ones that I have now give me a nice little XP boost. Oh, no, 90 and below. Never mind. It was rings. Rings that gave me the XP boost to level 30. And since I'm now well above level 30, those rings don't do me as good anymore. Yes? You look as though you have something to say, do you? Let's see here. Is that an Edelweiss in your pocket, or are you happy to meet me? Not suggestive at all. I see. So, Sir Carlialt has not forgotten my mother's favorite flower. Pity it has not been seen in Coerthas since the calamity. You may speak freely here, friend. That's absurd. I would sooner die than become a thrall of the dragons. Alas, it matters little what I say at this point. Although the Draconian Rosary was not found in my possession, it will still be considered many to be proof of my heresy. I must do my utmost to prove my innocence to the Inquisitors, for if they harbor even the slightest doubt... this will only add weight to the incessant accusations our house has suffered of late. It's as though the gods themselves are plotting our fall. You risk much by coming here. It is only proper I recompense you for this deed. Tell me what you desire, and I shall do my best to provide. A missing airship? I see. It may require a prolonged effort to locate your quarry. I shall direct you to one in a better position to assist you. Lord Harshaphant of House Fortemps commands the garrison at Camp Dragonhead. Present to him this letter of introduction, and he will surely be receptive to your needs. Alrighty. Of course, these folks are fighting dragons, not as much as they're the Garlean Empire, so they're not going to have any problem with me just, you know, flittering through, being carried by a piece of Garlean equipment here. I like the fans on the palm. So we'll just glide and float up here to Camp Dragonhead. Well, at least won't take the enemy machinery into the nice little warm house here. Yep, that's another player. Okay. Ah, the unmistakable swagger of a well-traveled adventurer. If you are come to pay your respects, be at ease, friend. I'm not one to stand on formality. Truth be told, I would gladly welcome many and more brave souls like yourself. But enough chatter. Pray, tell me why you have come. Harshafont. If there's any justice in this world, these charges will receive no serious consideration. It is beyond inconceivable. Ah, yes. The letter made mention of a pressing matter for which you required assistance. What might that be? So this enterprise you speak of was last seen above Coerthas before the calamity 5 years ago. I fear it may prove difficult to find any eyewitnesses to these events, for while Ishgard did not participate in the Battle of Carteneau, we were embroiled in our own internal conflicts at the time. Nevertheless, I will make inquiries on your behalf and share with you my findings in the future. In the meantime, please enjoy the hospitality of Camp Dragonhead. I will see you are afforded every courtesy as a guest of House Fortemps. Well, from being somebody who they didn't even want to have around to suddenly a guest in their house, I'll take it. And these pants are an improvement over what I've got, so I will take them. So equip the pants, and since we don't see them through the robe really well, I'm not going to worry about changing the glamour plate just yet. But he's got news for us. As you have doubtless realized by now, the high houses of Ishgard, House Fortemps included, are either unable or unwilling to offer you formal assistance in your search. However, that does not mean there are not influential individuals within each house who are sympathetic to your cause. I shall be sending missives to their various representatives in Ishgard, though I suspect it would be quicker and more efficient if you were to make inquiries of your own. Lady Nin of mine own House Fortemps, who resides here in Camp Dragonhead, rather enjoys the company of travelers. There is also Cravelin of House Halienart, who can be found at Skyfire Locks, though any information you pry from the scribe may prove difficult to parse. Have you spoken with the Chief Astrologian of House Durandare yet? Really? Perhaps he will be more accommodating once I inform him that you are a friend of House Fortemps. Do not concern yourself with House Zezamel. I shall contact them myself. Seek the counsel of the three I mentioned, and return to me when finished. Okay? Because in inquiring of that head astrologian, we did in previous quests, and he was less than willing to talk to us. Or help us in any way, so... Nin, the one who enjoys the company of travelers. Why, hello, good madam. What's that? An airship, you say? I hate to disappoint you, but I know nothing of what you seek. Likely no one of House Fortemps does, for if they did, I would definitely know as well. The topic on everyone's lips these days is what will become of young Lord Francel. Some say the allegations are long overdue, given how many members of House Halienart have been found guilty of heresy in recent days. So, very much into the gossip. I want to fly! I want to fly! Well, I can't until I at least get through the second expansion. So, then I'll be able to fly all over the place. I'm not worried about these very, very furry feral crocs. Because even if they decide to attack, being 7 levels below me, they're not that much of a concern. See, not even a... oh, went right past where I needed to be. Didn't even break a sweat. Travelin. Alone grant me strength. There must be some way to... Oh, who are you? A friend of Laus Haurchefant? I want to help you, I truly do. But these accusations of heresy have thrown House Hallinart into chaos. Right now we must focus on combating these charges and preserving our reputation. I feel like this would be a really warm thing to ride in a cold, snowy area. Just about the look of the thickness, you know, the plastic. You know, to stay poofy like that, there's going to be a lot of padding that's going to provide you some insulation. I feel like this would be warm to ride in. See, and what I have to do here in just a moment is one of the reasons why I really wish I could fly here. It's going to be up a lot of stairs. Very spinny spiral staircase here. I don't remember if I can go to the first landing or if I need to go all the way to the top. Or second landing at least. Yep, there he is. Okay. And I'll take the express to get back down. I gather you've been busy since we last spoke. Lord Haurchefant's missive was positively glowing. But if you think that his endorsement is cause for me to disregard Ishgardian policies, then you are sorely mistaken. We're at war, madam, and the enemy grows bolder by the day. Why, in the short time since Inquisitor Guillaume arrived in Coerthas, countless heretics have been discovered, even amongst the elite of Ishgardian society. I wonder if that's more to do with the Inquisitors' methods and procedures than the actual number of heretics. That could be something to do with it. If Lord Haurchefant wishes to waste his days chasing after a long-lost airship, then that is his choice. But if he expects others to share in this folly, then he is truly blind to the present state of affairs. So you're still not going to help me, is what you're saying. Okay. You continue to be a jerkwad. And I will take the express. Let's see, where's the... Actually, I want to go this way, okay. Geronimo! Oof. I didn't say the express was a particularly pleasant way to get down, but it is a quick way. And I have nearly recovered from the wound of that fall. Let's remember, in this game, a fall is never fatal. It's what attacks you at the end that will be. Depending on the height of the fall, you will not be feeling good. So just ride on up here. Talk to our House Four Temps friend. Such a wonderful, friendly, helpful individual. So by your countenance, I take it you did not learn anything of use. Nor did I fear. Seems the whole of Coerthas is consumed by this talk of heretics in the high houses. We can only hope that my sources in Ishgard provide more pertinent information. I see a weapon coffer. Might be able to upgrade my weapon here. I had another personal request to make of you. It concerns Lord Francel, of whom much has been whispered in recent days. I received a report that he and 3 knights were seen heading north towards the Steel Vigil. The outpost was long ago overrun by the Dravinian horde, so I'm not certain what he intends to accomplish with such a small force. Whatever his motives, I fear for his safety. Pray journey to the Steel Vigil and see if Lord Francel's party requires assistance. Alrighty. So we will head a decent way. Right, yep. Still remember relatively easily how to get around here. So, and just a reminder, I do record these episodes live at twitch.tv/elecnor. So come on out, hang out, chatter away with me, and give me fashion advice, because I'm not the best of fashion designers. There's a wide array of glamours available in this game, so let me know what outfit I should have on next. Who goes there? I'll say, Caden, no, stay back. The fiend is still here. We'll just take the sucker down real quick. I'm going to swing him over this way just so he doesn't hurt anybody. Throw up a shield. Let's see. We got to aid the... Okay. I'm not worried about that Downy Avis attacking me. It's more a matter of him interrupting me while I'm helping these knights. Let's just take him out. So let's see, we're coming over here. The Unsettled Knight, now we got the Unfit Knight. Confound it all. How are we to redeem House Helenart if we cannot even slay a single Avis? We are fortunate you came along when you did, miss. House Helenart will remember your kindness. And I see somebody sitting over here. The Unnerved Knight. Curse those fiends! It's as though they knew we were coming. Alrighty. Now Francel himself. Nice friendly two-handed minion there. It was a foolish thing to do, I know, but I had hoped we might demonstrate our devotion by slaying a number of the Scalekin. Moreover, it was House Helenart that yielded the Steel Vigil to the Horde many years ago. One might say that our defeat here heralded the slow decline of our house's once great name. We have been brought even lower by these despicable accusations of heresy, and despite my best efforts, I have done naught to improve the situation. The day of my trial approaches. Soon I must accept the judgment of the Inquisitors, whatever it may be. But even should my protestations fall on deaf ears, I will proclaim my innocence to my dying breath. So the, sounds a lot like the Spanish Inquisition. There's probably some even more modern day, miscarriages of justice that this would be related. This could be similar to. Bum, bum. Bum, bum, dum, bum, bum. So we will pop in over here. Speak to Harshafont. Harshafont, okay. What did you find at the Steel Vigil? I see. A reckless plan, but at least it did not cost him and his knights their lives. I have news for you as well. The witness to the final flight to the Enterprise has been found. Alas, there is a complication. It has become common knowledge that you paid a visit to Lord Francel at Skyfire Locks not long ago. Upon learning of this, the witness became understandably reticent to make your acquaintance, for fear of being seen in the company of a woman who might later be declared a heretic. A not unreasonable fear, given the zeal with which Inquisitor Guillaume has conducted his investigations. In any case, if we wish to obtain his testimony, we must first clear Lord Francel's name, and, by association, yours. Alrighty. That's not in one character. I need inventory. Use the weapon coffer. Embossed Book of Silver. The magic damage decreases by 1. The vitality goes up. The auto attack is slightly less. I'm going to go ahead and the intelligence is the same. Critical hit goes up considerably. I lose the determination, and the vitality goes up. It's kind of a tough one. I'm going to go ahead and equip the Book of Silver. As I see it, the key to proving Lord Francel's innocence is discrediting the evidence against him. I speak of the draconian rosary found in the chest you yourself recovered. If you would, please tell me of the incident in question. So it was found in a locked chest labeled as the property of Lord Francel. If the rosary was not his, then someone else with access must have planted it. Here's what you must do. Return to Skyfire Locks and speak with Reichman. He works closely with the porters who ferry goods across Coerthas, so he may have some inkling of who could be responsible. Alrighty. Rawr. I don't know how Behemoth cannot be cold. Wearing absolutely no clothing. Doesn't even look like he's got fur. Just purple toned skin. Because you can see the hair along the midline ridge there. And then into the tail. But it's just nothing but just rippling pure muscle. So, Reichman. Yeah, someone's tampering with shipments. Fury strike me down if all them rosaries found in our people's possessions were planted. Hey now, don't you give me that look, lass. I'm a House Hallinart man through and through. This heresy nonsense is bad for me and my family too. I ain't saying the porters what were bringing the shipment did it, though. I know most of them what work the trade routes, and I've never had cause to question their faith. But if it wasn't them neither, then your guess is as good as mine. After all, most every shipment is thoroughly inspected before it... Eh? Could it have been the fellas who were responsible for the inspections? Ha! Scardian Knights and Inquisitors, the lot of them. As if they'd ever turn their cloaks. Reckon that means the porters are your most likely suspects. Hate to think it, but maybe you should question them. There's a crew coming to Camp Dragonhead from White Brim Front today. You might consider having a word with them. But I don't remember this part of the story quests. But I wouldn't put it past the Inquisitors themselves to be planting this during the inspections. So, so here we go. Let's see here. What kind of voice do we do here? I beg your pardon. You suspect we porters have been planting draconian rosaries in House Halenart's shipments? What nerve! If you truly believe such nonsense, search our parcels and see what you find. Draconian rosary there. Draconian rosary there. And not one in there. Are we finished? If so, I would appreciate an apology. But that's impossible. Once the knight at White Brim Front concluded her inspection, I loaded the parcels into the wagon myself. And if I had been the culprit, I would never have allowed you to search my shipments. Say what you will to Lord Harshaphant, I will not be held accountable for this. Let's see here, Lord Harshaphant. Did something happen outside? I thought I heard shouting. Yeah. More importantly, what did Reichman have to say? More draconian rosaries? And every single parcel bound for Skyfire locks? That beggars belief. Even the Inquisitors must acknowledge that this is no more than a crass attempt to sully House Halenart's reputation. Whoever is responsible has overplayed his hand. And praise Halone that he did. Lord Francel's trial is upon us. We must act now if we are to clear his name. From the very first, I knew it could not be that so many members of House Halenart were heretics. At last, we can give the lie to these poisonous allegations, put an end to this travesty. I will need to prepare a formal statement regarding these developments for the Holy See. In the meantime, I would have you bear my words to Inquisitor Briggle. Tell her that House Fortemps asks, nay, demands, that Lord Francel's trial be postponed till a full investigation has been conducted. Let's see here. I think I need to go outside. I need to go up, I think it is. Oh, no, where is this? There we go. No, Briggy. Ah, what is it, my child? Lord Harshaphant would have the Inquisitors do what? But that is not possible. Inquisitor Goyane presides over Lord Francel's trial at Witch Drop even as we speak. Fear not. If Lord Francel is indeed innocent, he shall walk in Halone's halls with the fallen heroes of Ishgard. So pretty much he's dead either way. It's just where his soul goes after the trial that's going to matter. That's encouraging. You're taking Lord Francel to Wish Drop? This is madness. The Inquisitor does not have sufficient grounds to subject him to that manner of trial. I will not stand idly by and allow an innocent man to die. Caden, I would dispatch you and one of my knights to Wish Drop to forestall the proceedings until such time as I am able to join you and petition Inquisitor Goyame in person. I will endeavor not to keep you waiting too long. Do whatever you must to keep Lord Francel alive. Alrighty. We need to go out this way. This way. Which way am I going? Out this way. Okay. Totally not getting turned around, huh? I know exactly where I'm going and what I'm doing. Not getting myself twisted or lost at all. Nope, doesn't happen in snowy areas. Nope, not in the least. So we'll head over this way to Wish Drop. Dodge a few snow-covered barriers. Ah, solo duty. I think these are... Commence battle for in the eyes. Let's see. I think this is going to lead me over there anyway. Let's see. Hail, Caden. As you can see, Lord Francel yet lives. We must try to reason with the Inquisitor. But if guards judge us a threat, we must also be prepared to defend ourselves. Yep. Proceed. In the eyes of gods and men. Jocelyn Charlemagne Francel de Halenart, you stand accused of heresy against the Holy See of Ishgard. Is there aught you wish to say in your defense? Hear me, brothers. These charges are false. The men and women of my line have ever opposed the Dravanians, and I am no different. Since the very birth of our nation, we have gladly shed blood in service of the Holy See. Condemn me, and you will strike a blow for the enemies of Ishgard. It is for Halone to judge if you speak the truth. Prove you're innocent in the eyes of gods and men. Leap from the cliff and entrust your fate to the Fury. The righteous shall take their place in Halone's halls, while the wicked shall reveal their Draken forms and be put to the sword. Sounds an awful like the old-fashioned witch hunts and witch trials. In the name of House Fortemps, I beseech you, stay your hand. Inquisitor, we are come on behalf of Lord Harshafont. My lord has uncovered evidence which suggests the charges against Lord Francel are without merit. We humbly request that these proceedings be suspended until such time as a full re-examination of the facts has been conducted. Lord Harshafont has allowed his personal relationship with the accused to cloud his judgment. That he should harbor private doubts I have allowed, but that he would dare interfere in legal proceedings sanctioned by the Holy See, I cannot. To defy the will of an inquisitor is to commit heresy, a crime for which there is but one punishment. We must hold them until Lord Harshafont arrives, Caden. And remember, no harm can come to the Inquisitor. Oh, but he's the one I want to bash upside the head the most. Please let me bash him upside the head. Take down the Churgeon. Take down the Archer. Send out my Ifrit. So then we'll send out a couple more. Send out my Titan. I knew I had Titan. I couldn't remember if this was the level where I'd be able to use them. Now my Emerald Carbide. Take out the Churgeon because he's a healer. Okay. Wyvern's invincible. You get off my healer. Okay. Wyvern's gone. I've grabbed the rosary that dropped off one of the guards. It is not our intention to defy the will of the Archbishop. But this trial, like many others, I fear, has been orchestrated by enemies of House Halenart. They have used you and your fellows to sow discord, Inquisitor, to set brother against brother, that we may tear ourselves apart. The fevered imaginings of a desperate man. What proof have you of this? By the Fury, a draconian rosary? Then the knight who refused to yield. It was he who summoned the Wyvern. A heretic in the ranks of the Temple Knights? This has grave implications. Your claims would appear to have merit, Lord Harshafunt. I shall withdraw my charges against Lord Francel, pending a further investigation. I trust you have not lost sight of that which first brought you to Coerthas, Caden. Pray, locate your errant airship, and use it. Say, thanks for your help, now get the hell out of town. Lord Harshafunt, I have not the words to express my gratitude, but why would you risk your reputation to save mine? Because I know you, boy. You're too loyal to betray Ishgard, and too devout to question your sentence. Had we been any slower, you would have jumped of your own free will. I would have done whatever it took to redeem House Halenart. Praise Halona did not come to that, but it profits us little to dwell on what might have been. Let us quit this place, Caden. Pray visit me at Camp Dragonhead once you have recuperated. That didn't take much out of me at all, so not going to take long to recuperate. So, I know I've got more than just this one, the Fall Guys mount, but it seems to be favoring the Fall Guys mount today for some odd reason. And here while we're traveling once again, if you want to take a second to give the video a like, give the channel a subscribe, and ring ding rang clang that bell. Let's see, which way am I going here? I think I missed my exit. Yep. Give the channel a subscribe and ring ding rang clang that bell so you get notifications when these videos go up or others appear on the channel. If you're liking the video, share it with your friends. If you don't like the video, share it with your enemies. Help me get those extra handful of viewers here and there. You look well, Caden. May I say what a pleasure it was to fight alongside such a fearless and skillful warrior. Were it not for you, Lord Francel would surely have died defending the honor of his house, and I might well have perished at the hands of a heretic and his wyvern. House Fortemps and House Halenart shall never forget your service. Now let us return to the matter of your missing enterprise. The man with knowledge of the enterprise awaits you outside. I pray his information proves useful to you. So it's all nice and toasty warm in there, and I gotta come outside. How quickly the commoners' opinions change. They say Lord Francel is innocent now, but just a few days prior. Anyway, you were inquiring as to the whereabouts of an airship last seen in Coerthas several days before the calamity, yes? Well, it so happens that I was monitoring the night sky at the observatorium during that period. I recall that a small vessel came from the direction of Gridania and landed near the Stone Vigil in the far northwest. The garrison almost certainly seized that vessel and brought it within their walls. If so, then you would need an army of knights to have any hope of securing it. Though Lord Harshafunt is, from all indications, quite fond of you, so mayhap he can lend you a few. In any case, I have done my part. I shall pray for your success, friend. Okay, good. Back inside where it's nice and warm and toasty. And somebody had a marble on your desk. Oh, so you've at last located the Enterprise. I believe congratulations are in order. The Stone Vigil? Perhaps I spoke too soon. The outpost has been held by the dragons for years, and all access is restricted by decree of House Durandare. I will write a letter to Lord Drillamont of Whitebim Front, requesting he grant you permission to enter. That said, I fear my influence alone will not suffice, so I suggest you request Lord Francel do the same. Now that your business in Camp Dragonhead is concluded, I suspect we may not meet again for some time. I wish you well in your journeys, Caden. May Halone guide you. Alrighty. The final flight of the Enterprise. And the as I know from other areas, the I don't know if it's the what it is in the regional Japanese, but the localizers for the American text of this game are at least a handful of them are Star Trek fans, because there is a section in one of the other expansions where there's a crashed ship called the Kobayashi Maru. So, and if you know what that is, then you know. If you know, you know. If you don't know what that is, drop a comment and I'll explain. Oh, wonderful to see you again, Caden. If there's anything I can do to repay you, name it. So the airship you seek is likely hidden inside the stone vigil. It shames me to say that it too was once an outpost held by House Herlenart. In the chaos that followed the calamity, the Dravinian horde caught us unawares. The fiends have held the outpost ever since. As we lack the strength of arms to retake the stone vigil, House Durandare instead has been charged with the duty. Given that, I doubt my words will carry much weight with Lord Drillamont. Nevertheless, I will write your letter. Before you depart, a word of caution. The cravens who attempted to destroy House Herlenart have yet to be unmasked. Though their plans were foiled, they doubtless still harbor great hatred towards us, and towards you now as well. Alrighty. Let me see here. Stone Vigil is up over there. So up to Dragonhead and hang a west. And that will be a dungeon we're going to queue up for. So whilst we wait on that dungeon, I'll go down and see what that other night down here in the Observatorium unlocks. The Fort of Fear. And you do have to go through Dragonhead to get from here to that western section. At least until you get flight. Actually, I don't know why I didn't do this while I was here before. Touch base with the Chocobo Keep. If I remember, there's one down... Yeah. So after we head over here to the Stone Vigil, which there's one there too. So we'll queue up for that, and then we'll do a ride a Chocobo back down to the Observatorium and unlock what that unlocks. And just the music. That's one thing that Final Fantasy as a franchise has always done very, very well is music. I mean, what is it? There's, you know, entire albums on Spotify you can listen to now. I think it's Spotify. They just released a bunch on. Which is, I mean, orchestras playing the Final Fantasy music. They've had orchestral tours playing the Final Fantasy music. You desire an audience with Lord Drillamont, do you say? Ha! I desire a night in a warm bed with my wife, but wishing won't make it so. What do we have here? Letters from Lords Harshaphant and Francel, is it? Unlikely. Oh, you're serious? What to do, what to do? Your timing could not have been worse, traveler. Lord Drullimon's attentions are focused solely on the Stone Vigil at present. In any case, it is not my responsibility to escort visitors. Take your letters and show them to Sir Alboy. Yeah, Sir Alboy can surely accommodate you. Seek her in the storeroom at the opposite side of the yard. Okay. Registered there. I'm just going to go ahead and run. Albois, probably how that is. Sir Brundair bade you speak with me, did he? I know not why he presumed I would be in a better position to help, but I assure you that he is mistaken. Lord Drullimont hasn't the time to spend speaking with low-ranking knights such as I. However, he always has a moment to spare for head chirurgeon Estidian. Why not visit the infirmary upstairs and show your letters to him? Okay, that's not stairs. I gotta go outside to get upstairs, don't I? See, that's just poor design, having to go outside to go upstairs. Oh, further up. There we go. Are you here to visit Mation, madam? What's this? Letters of introduction from House Fortemps and Halenart? With documents such as these, you needn't seek an escort. Pray proceed to the barracks and speak with Sir Gordineau. He should know Lord Drillimont's current whereabouts. Why do I feel like I'm getting the runaround? Just passed off from lackey to lackey. Don't want to take the express yet. What reason for you ever barging into? Oh, I see. Well, you were in luck. Lord Drullimont is just up these stairs. Letters are no, though. I would not expect much. House Durandare as a whole does not hold adventurers in high regard. You had best state your intentions quickly and succinctly. Show proper respect, and it shall be returned in kind. The stairs. Drullimont. Sir Gordineau permitted your passage. Very well, speak. Finally, somebody who can do something. You wish to brave a ruined outpost filled with scalekin to secure an airship that may or may not be there? Are you the avatar of the Fury herself? Oh, we are scions of the Seventh Dawn. Lord Drullimont, you know our name and you know our deeds. We are come to Coerthas to slay Garuda, Lady of the Vortex. To that end, we seek the Enterprise, the airship of Master Cid Non-Garland, who stands before you now. Master Garland, you're alive? But that's impossible. Indeed it is, my lord. Do not be deceived by their honey words. These foreigners are not to be trusted. At this critical moment in Ishgardian history, as House Durandare marshals its forces to retake the Stone Vigil, who should appear in White Bim Front but these three mysterious strangers? Cid Garland, missing and presumed dead since before the Calamity, and two scions of the Seventh Dawn, a defunct band of misfits recently exterminated by the Empire. The lesser houses may have been duped by these grandiose lies, but I shall hope that House Durandare would have greater sense. I know not why these three seek the Stone Vigil, but I know that we cannot permit them to pass. Thank you for your counsel, Inquisitor. For a moment I nearly believed this mummer's farce. And the mummer's farce was after he showed up. You three will not enter the outpost until we have reclaimed it, and until you declare your true intentions as well. It can be moons before House Durandare purges the dragons from the stone vigil. We cannot afford to wait that long. Cid, Caden, we must do whatever it takes to earn Lord Drillemont's trust. Understood? That means we're gonna go take the stone vigil. Is it upstairs? I think downstairs is where I gotta go. Double check, make sure it's not upstairs. I'm pretty sure it is downstairs. Although I wouldn't put it past Alphino in his dramatic flair to have us meet up here. Ouch. It's not here. Not down here. Oh, no, there it is. Yep. Gotta find the chef. You the last responsible for that commotion upstairs? Ah, word travels fast in White Brim Front. Gather you still want to change Lord Drillemont's mind? There's one thing I've learned about the man in my time here. It's that he listens to and respects the opinions of those under his command. I went over the barracks, and he's sure to take notice. How, you ask? That's easy. Serve the poor souls decent fare for a change. The last few supply shipments contain no meat whatsoever, and the knights are rightfully beginning to complain. I'm thinking we can prepare them steaks using mud puppy tail meat. 'Twould be a quality meal, 'tis true. Or 'twouldn't be a quality meal, but it'd be a damn sight better than nothing. If you've a mind to lend a hand, why not await a lurking mud puppy in Danafin Pass? And take this bottle of vinegar. Locals say it weakens mud puppies by clogging their mucus glands, drying their skin. Okay. Get turned around here, head back down this way. No, need to head down this. That's not a way out. Need to go this way to get out, and then go down that way. Okay. Ah, those ice sprites, they just need to chill out. So we'll go do this. We'll unlock the Stone Vigil, which is another dungeon. Then we'll go unlock the other or we'll see what that other quest was. I think that unlocks another dungeon. Danafin Pass. Oh, dang it. Come on. There we go. Okay. That was closer really than I was comfortable with. I was having difficulties getting the key item to trigger on it. But I mean, if I hit the right button, once I have it targeted, I can use the key item that way. But it was also because he interrupted me the first couple of times I tried to use it. Trying to hit him with some vinegar, and he's hitting me. That's just not very nice. Got some chinchillas chilling out. A big fluffy rhino. I swear, I have Mount Roulette is what I have this on. So, of these 7 mounts, we've only really seen, what, 3? But this one's shown up the most. So have some tail meat from that salamander. It worked, didn't it? I thought it was an idiotic idea. Oh dear, remind me to never wander near Mud Puppy spawning grounds without a bottle of vinegar. Any road, this should only take a moment. I'll just need to do this, and voila! Never seen a man cook steaks that fast, have you? Take these 3 and distribute them to the hungry knights here and up above. You there, lass. Don't think I didn't see you and the cook conspiring together. Let me make myself perfectly clear. If you wish to buy my trust with a steak, it would be my pleasure to oblige you. Yes. I feel invigorated. Refreshed, as if I have the strength of 10 men, and their wits besides. I should have no trouble concocting a new reason to refrain from sentry duty. Okay. So you take bribes and you're doing your best to get out of work. Yeah, real crack soldier there. We ought to at least receive a hearty meal before we march off to die in this godforsaken waste. Is that fresh cooked steak? Hallow's blessings be upon you, my friend. Mud puppy meat or no, it's the most delicious food I've had in a fortnight. Oh, you've been playing Fortnite? I thought that was a different kind of game. Ever must we train to maintain our skill at arms, yet never are we to receive proper sustenance. You are a godsend, my friend. Too few appreciate that House Durandare must do more than its fair share for the sake of Ishgard. It feels wonderful to see everyone in such high spirits. Amazing what good food can do for morale, eh? But I've forgotten about the hard-working churches at the infirmary. So rarely do they take their meals here in the hall. Mind taking this steak to Senota? She's doubtless so preoccupied with the health of her patients that she's neglected to attend to her own. The infirmary up over here. I could have just run that instead of using my mount. Nope, up, I think. Yeah. Still up further. And Charmaine. Senota. Beg your pardon, madam, but I am busy attending to this man. I will be with you in a moment. Is that? Come to think of it, it has been quite a while since I last ate. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to have a nibble. Oh my, this is fantastic! Thank you so much. I'll eat the rest right away. Let's see here. Determination, vitality, tenacity, skill speed. Let's go with... Tenacity is more of a tanks skill. Okay, Sid. Might I have a word with you, Caden? It concerns the Churgeons. After speaking with them earlier, I learned they lack sufficient alembics for their needs, you see. So I used some of their broken equipment to craft a more advanced alembic, both as a gesture of goodwill and as a means to help me recover my memories, since working with my hands kindles familiar feelings. All I require to complete the device are the cores of 3 ice sprites. Though commonly used to reduce the temperature of alchemical mixtures, there is a way to alter their properties so they draw the cold within rather than radiate it without. It must sound ridiculous to you, impossible even, yet somehow I know it will work. So basically he's taking something cold and using it to make something colder. He's making a refrigerator. So, except instead of Freon, and I went the wrong way out, instead of Freon, he's using Ice Sprite cores. Because it's the compression and expansion of Ice Sprites, or the compression and expansion of Freon that makes air conditioners and essentially refrigerators work. Okay. There's one. Send Titan in. Titan does a fair amount of damage. Now, some time ago, they did a major rework of Summoner. The 3 Eggies you can have out with you at all times, whichever one you summoned. They changed it so they're essentially swapped out with Carbuncle. Although you can give Carbuncle cosmetics to look like the Eggies. But back then you also when they first put Summoner out, your Eggies were a separate character alongside you. So you had to heal them. You had to check their positioning. But depending on what you were doing, usually most people just had Ifrit out. Because he was just a flat-out heavy-duty DPS. Or melee DPS. Have you obtained the cores? If so, please show them to me. Ifrit was a DPS, Titan was a tank, and Garuda was a ranged DPS. What an amazing device. But is it truly an alembic, sir? I've never seen its like before. I am unsure what to make of this machine. While certainly impressive, I've no idea how to make use of it. Nevertheless, if it is as effective as he claims, it will be a great boon to the infirmary. Think of the medicines we could create, the lives we could save. Even so, I wonder... I'll wear thee, the kindly stranger, bearer of gifts wondrous and strange, for his generosity comes at a cost. Their earnest efforts are but a means to an as yet unknown end. Moreover, you should be wary of associating with individuals who have interfered with the questioning of a suspected heretic. They did what? Bless you, Inquisitor, for coming along when you did. We almost succumbed to the temptation proffered by these unbelievers. Why does that man detest us so? Is it all because we interrupted Lord Francel's trial? Excuse me. Throat went very dry for a second there. Ooh. Okay. Whatever his reasons. He clearly means to oppose us at every turn. Okay. So I can breathe, I can speak again. Whew. That just hit out of nowhere. Suddenly felt like I had like a spike in the back of my throat. The Enterprise is indeed inside the Stone Vigil. We must convince Lord Drillamont to cooperate. Before we can persuade Lord Drillamont to help us, seems you must convince Inquisitor Guillaume that we are not his enemy. Just how might we go about doing that? We know little and less about the good Inquisitor, despite him being such a prominent figure in Coerthas. Perhaps we should learn more by speaking with the people of White Brim Front. Share your findings with Alphino in the square. I'm sure he can formulate a strategy from there. And, okay, we're going to pause things right there while I get back into the game. Well, we had a brief interruption there, a little server disconnect. We talked with Sid. He suggested we go talk to people here around White Brim Front to find out about the Inquisitor, see what we can figure out what's going on with him. Inquisitor Goimi? Of course I know him. Alas, I have not seen him since the day he came to White Brim Front several moons ago. My memory is somewhat muddled, but I recall that a blizzard nearly buried us in snow that day, and I had the ill fortune of being assigned to the night's watch. While the stronghold slept, we walked the walls and patrolled the exterior in a darkness black as pitch. My route took me outside the eastern gate at one point, where I caught sight of a silhouette illuminated by the light of the city. Thinking it was a wayward traveler, I cried out and gave chase, but slipped and took a terrible fall. When I woke, it was days later in this very bed, where I have lain recuperating from my injuries ever since. I had tried to rescue him, but in the end, Inquisitor Guillaume rescued me, carrying my unconscious body to the gates. I owe him my life, madam, and I hope to one day repay his kindness. Actually, is there somebody else up here to speak to? Okay. Just so I can see on the map, it's like right here. But there's so many layers to this place. This place has more layers than an ogre. Sorry, my nose won't stop itching. Inquisitor Guillaume, I have the foggiest of whom you speak. Unbeliever! Aye, we have learned of your deeds at Wishdrop. I will not be party to whatever dastardly schemes you've hatched against the Inquisitor. Away with you! Yeah, she seems like a real friendly type. Let's see here. And then the chef that we helped earlier. The Holy See has decreed that the Inquisitors are the arbiters of Halone's will. They are to be afforded every courtesy and the utmost respect. So he's a power-hungry person that nobody questions. Everybody just follows blindly. Yeah, that always works well for the populace as a whole. Under Inquisitor Guillaume's watchful gaze, unprecedented numbers of heretics have been unmasked and brought to justice. They say he goes days without sleep, so great is his devotion. Blessed are we to have such a goodly, righteous man to protect us. Yeah, I'm thinking new. In case you have yet to notice, my attire is ill-suited to this climate. I realized it soon after our arrival, but paid it no mind as I hoped we might find the Enterprise far faster. Instead, we've wasted far too much time meddling in locals' affairs. Never mind, our journey is almost at an end. All that remains is to deal with this irksome Inquisitor. Sid tells me you have been busy making inquiries, yes? It should come as no surprise that he is held in high regard. Even so, I am beginning to suspect he has other reasons for hindering us now. Let us more closely review the testimonials you obtained, Caden. Mayhap they will provide insight into Inquisitor Guillaume's motivations. Bum-ba-dum-ba-dum. And of course, got another level up out of that. Ooh, short cast. So I want to put that right there. We got another weapon coffer. Actually, that'll be closer to the level I'm at now. Something troubles me about that wounded knight's account. He claims he fell chasing a figure in the darkness that he saw outside the eastern gate, yes? But the main road leads to the southwestern gate. Since we've arrived in White Bim Front, I've seen no travelers arrive by the eastern gate. Moreover, he said he glimpsed a silhouette illuminated by the light of the city, which would imply that the Inquisitor came from north of the eastern gate, not south. But it cannot be so. That way lies naught but a deep chasm. Assuming Sir Joliet is not misremembering, the Inquisitor's behavior that night makes absolutely no sense, at least to me. Mayhap retracing his steps will shed light on this mystery. Nah, I'm not going to worry about the fate. Ah! Oof. Okay, yeah, that hurt. I'm not gonna step into that very dark and purple and ominous area until my health regenerates back up a bit. That's what I've said though about the fall damage. It's never lethal. It's what's at the bottom that'll get you. Air begins to crackle with ethereal energies. Alrighty, one more. Let's go ahead and whip out an Ifrit at it. Okay. Is that all of them? This very dead dragon down here. Wait a minute here. I gotta figure out how to get out of here. Because the express down is fine. The express up is... I should have seen this one. I mean, this is meant to be a path that you... Actually... Did say he came in through the east entrance. So if I had actually taken, the proper entrance and exit out of the town, or out of the fort, I would have seen that real easy. If I had actually gone out the east side instead of the northwest side, that would have been a lot easier and far less painful to go down than the way that I took. You found something, didn't you? Well, don't keep me waiting in suspense. Let's see it. Given the contents of this encyclical, I believe you have just made the acquaintance of the real Inquisitor Goyen, newly come to Coerthas and murdered on the day of his arrival. Yes, it would have been a simple thing to assume his identity, for even if he were to behave oddly, who would dare question the wisdom of a papal appointment? So while this is incontrovertible proof that the Inquisitor is an impostor, we have yet to discern his true identity or why he has decided to oppose us. We must proceed quickly, Caden, before he learns that his deception has been discovered. Okay. Use this. And compare it to the book I've already got equipped. Let's see. Vitality goes up. Intelligence goes up. Magic damage goes up. We got a new book. Let's see. And these boots are going to be an improvement as well. Not so much in the vitality and intelligence, but definitely in the defense and magic defense. So, accept the quest. Don't back out of the quest. Since Lord Julimont has already been turned against us, I fear that this encyclical alone will not serve to convince him of our claims. But what might persuade a man so quick to disregard the endorsements of two high houses? The cook did say that the Lord listens to and respects the opinions of his knights. If a certain knight were to provide testimony that supports our claim, yes, mayhap that is the only way left to us. Confront Sir Jalot with the evidence you discovered, see if it helps him to recall the truth of that night. As a man of faith, he may find it difficult to cope with such horrifying revelation. Nevertheless, we must do everything within our power to secure the Enterprise. I mean, yeah, securing the Enterprise is always a good idea. It's just made easier or harder depending on if it's Kirk or Picard in the captain's seat. Or even Pike. Or was Archer. Yeah, one of those captains of the Enterprise. Oh, you beat me to it. Is there something else you wanted to ask? I can't remember which voice I used for this one. The Inquisitor is an impostor. Don't be preposterous. That could not possibly be true. He is a paragon of virtue, a dedicated servant to the Fury. You would have me believe that is... believe me, you would have me believe that is all a lie? If you are so certain that your ludicrous story is true, then go and speak with Sir Prunial. She was at the Eastern Gate that night, and she helped the Inquisitor carry me here. But I will never speak against the man who saved my life. Oh, here, Prudilla. That's what it was. You! I do not believe I know you, madam. Pray move along and trouble me no more. Are you in the habit of handing bloody documents to strangers? Why would you show me such a dreadful thing? I know not of it. Not at all. Let's see. Use the doubt emote. You know, don't you? Fury take me. I prayed this day would come. When Sir Jalal gave chase, I followed close behind. He didn't fall. One of those Dravanian abominations lashed out at him, nearly killed him right then and there. I drew my sword and rushed to his side, straining to see the enemy. But what came from the dark was not a beast, but a voice. He knew things about me, about my family, secrets I had never told another. He said that if I kept his confidence, Sir Gelot and I would be spared. But if I defied him, everyone I loved would suffer imaginable horrors before they died. When at last I agreed to his terms, the man came forward. His robes marked him as an inquisitor, but I knew him to be false. Together we carried Sir Gelot to the infirmary, and on his first night in White Brimfront, Inquisitor Guillaume was heralded as a hero. Soon after came the accusations. Countless men and women of good moral standing, seized whilst in possession of draconian rosaries. As I feared, he was condemning the innocent to death. I wanted to confess to Lord Drillamont, wanted to put an end to the madness, but then I would remember the Inquisitor's threats, so I did nothing, until Lord Francel was accused. Some time ago, I followed the Inquisitor and found that he kept draconian rosaries in a chest hidden southeast of White Brimfront. So, I took several from his chest and planted them in shipments bound for Skyfire Locks. As I hoped, they were discovered and considered evidence of a conspiracy against House Helenhart, thus exonerating Lord Francel and casting doubt on the other recent trials. And that is the entire truth, I swear. Alone forgive me for not acting sooner. So she planted the evidence that allowed us to break the conspiracy against Francel earlier, because she doesn't want to come right out and accuse Guillaume of being a heretic himself. No, it's not. I think I need to go out and around. Yep, there we go. Yeah, there's been a lot of fun, good movies about the Starship Enterprise, and now we're going after one of our own. And the first curse word said in the entire Star Trek franchise was when was it Generations? Yeah, it was Generations. Data's at the helm. And the Enterprise is about to crash. And as it's crashing, Hay says shit. So let's see. Why do you persist in this folly? I will not grant you three access to the stone vigil. Do not make me repeat myself. There had better be a very good explanation for why you were carrying these rosaries. And where did you find this papal encyclical? Fury take me. The Inquisitor is a heretic? Never before have I heard such an unbelievable tale. But this evidence and your testimony could have no other explanation. I have misjudged you and your friends, Caden. For that I deeply apologize. I will permit you to enter the outpost, but first I must needs beg your assistance. Help me and my knights bring this infernal impostor to justice. So I was going to go ahead and take the boots. And actually, me upgrading my gear frees up other gear I can give to my retainer. Oh. That thrice-damned heretic has murdered countless innocents, made a mockery of our laws. Hells take him and his Dravanian allies. I am told he makes for Snowcloak even now, intending to pass judgment upon yet another poor soul whom he has branded heretic. If we hurry, there may still be time to prevent further tragedy. Lend me your strength, Caden. Together, let us put an end to this impostor's heresy once and for all. Alrighty. Let's see, we want to go down. Where's the stairs? There they are. From this landing down and down again. And down, down, down. Running across their dining tables. I'm sure they're not going to complain about it at all. Bum, 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 ba, da, bum. I like the... I mean, it's a nice touch, the fans. I can get the position to see them well. Yeah, the fans in the palm there. Fate here to take out that guy right there. I'm not going to worry about it at the moment. So I've got other things to do. Is that croc going to come after me? Nope, okay. It's just outside of its aggro range. Good to have you with us, miss. When Lord Drillmont arrives, we are to confront the Inquisitor. If he refuses to go quietly, we will need to use force. Are you prepared for that eventuality? Actually, yes. Because I am at the top level I can be without being synced for this fight. You needn't tremble so, my child. The righteous shall enjoy everlasting peace in Halone's halls. Only the wicked... But why? Why must I die? By all that is holy, I swear to you I have never questioned the teachings of Halone. Inquisitor, release the maid and come with us. My Lord Drillmont, what is the meaning of this interruption? You're aware I am at present conducting an interrogation, are you not? Silence, villain! I name thee heretic, murderer of Inquisitor Guillaume and countless innocents. You're a traitor to Ishgard, to your own kith and kin. Your sins are beyond measure, beyond redemption. Ha ha ha! Grave allegations indeed. You'll find your logic is flawed. How can I betray that which I know no allegiance? No, Lord Drillmont, my conscience is quite clear, I assure you. I wonder, can you say the same? You whose hands are black with the blood of those whose only sin was to question your nation's crazed crusade? You speak to me of Ishgardian innocence? Ha! All are complicit in these crimes, for all live their lives by the Archbishop's lies. But I know you will not hear me, deafened by dogma as you are. If you desire retribution, Lord Drillmont, then come. Let us see how Ishgardian steel fares against Dravanian fang and claw. Let's see, I see other targets. There they are. You got... Oh, there it is. I swear I just looked there for that other Wormhound, but it wasn't there. He got an upgrade. I want to do that too. I wish I could transform. Of course, I'm doing enough damage. He hates me. Don't interrupt my casting. And that knight's just going to stand there and take all those attacks. Another Wormhound coming in. I think we're going to have this guy taken out. So that Wormhound is hurting the healer. Oh, we got the big guy down anyway, so... Okay. There we go! Yeah, why do they let them digivolve and not me, huh? My glamours dispelled. Your plans lie in ruin, heretic. Choose your words wisely, for they will be your last. Haha! You may not recall the many Ishgardians I have sentenced, but the families of the dead will never forget. Blood has been repaid with blood, and for that I am content. My only regret is that you yet live. But your end is nigh, foreigner. The dragons within the stone vigil will rend you asunder, and when you are dead, White Brim Front shall fall. Yeah, no, because I'm going to go remedy that next. Defiant to the last. Leave the body for the crows. His ilk deserves not better. Caden, I must apologize for involving you in this sordid business. You should never have been asked to intervene in Ishgardian affairs of state. Rest assured, I have not forgotten the matter which first brought you into our midst. It's past time you were reunited with your airship. This is not the place to discuss such matters. Pray visit me at White Brim Front, and bring your associates. Actually, I think right there... Right here is the entrance to... No, I think Snowcloak is a different... I was going to go ahead and run Stone Vigil before ending the episode, but I think it's gone on long enough, especially with that interruption earlier. We will run Stone Vigil and unlock the other, I believe the other dungeon there at the Observatorium. We'll start those off next episode. So let's go ahead and just get this finished off. At least get to the point where we can unlock it. And then we'll wrap things up. So I just gotta head back over here. Speak with Alphino. Where have you been, Caden? False Inquisitor has been slain, has he? Yes. Well, his was a tale always like to end in bloodshed. Though you have overcome the latest in a long line of unfortunate impediments, I would ask you not to revel in your victory just yet. We can celebrate once we have secured the Enterprise. As I am sure you will agree, it is past time we entered the Stone Vigil. Pay Lord Drulamont a visit and remind him of his obligation to us. Sid and I will follow anon. So he was... I mean, just with the white and the stone buildings, they all look the same. With all the stairs you gotta climb all the time. Okay. The Relmont. We owe you all a great debt of gratitude. Had it not been for you, the heretic masquerading as Inquisitor Goyim would still be among us, free to prey upon the innocent. I see now that I was a fool to dismiss your claims out of hand. But you must understand, it seemed too much to hope that the scions of the Seventh Dawn still lived, to say nothing of Master Garland. Never have I been happier to be proven wrong. Well, it is gratifying to know that someone has derived a measure of enjoyment from your error. Now, if you have no further objections, we would appreciate it if you would permit us to enter the Stone Vigil and retrieve our airship. Yes, of course. It's the very least I can do, given all that you have done for us. But entering the outpost is the least of your concerns, I fear. You speak of the Dravanians that now hold the ruin? In part, yes. I should explain. Shortly after you first arrived, I had my men scour the old records. They confirmed that an abandoned airship had been seized by the soldiers garrisoned at the Stone Vigil in the days following the calamity. As far as we have been able to ascertain, it was still in their custody when the outpost was overrun by the dragons. Whether it was damaged or destroyed during the battle, I cannot say, nor can I give you any assurances it has not been removed in the intervening years. For far too long, the ruin has served as a Dravanian foothold in Coerthas, from which they have struck out at us with depressing regularity. Though we have pushed them back behind the walls, we have as yet been unable to drive them out, and I cannot say when the situation will change. Or how it will change. Forgive me, Lord Drulamont, but there is no guarantee that you will prevail. In any event, we have not the time to wait. We will secure our property without Ishgardian aid. I see. Well, that may be for the best. I will inform Sir Nethelane of your impending visit. May Helone guide you, scions. So now we gotta go speak to the guy at the entrance to the Stone Vigil. Try to hop down the stairs again and walk across everybody's dining table. Totally didn't put a foot in the fruit bowl that was sitting there. Nope, not at all. Bum-bum. And then, how many variations of the Chocobo theme are there? There's like rock and roll variations. There's the traditional. I wouldn't even be surprised if somebody out there hasn't recorded a heavy metal version of the Chocobo theme. Maybe somebody out there might even have like a jazz theme. Oh, Dragonfly, you really asked for it. Okay. Let's see. Hail, Caden. Lord Drulamont has appraised me of the situation. You may enter the Stone Vigil whensoever you will. Okay. So we've now unlocked the Stone Vigil. We'll need to run it to continue MSQ progress. But we will do that next episode. We'll go ahead and unlock that other dungeon back at the Observatorium, and I'll double check that that is a dungeon unlock and not something else. So thank you for watching. Be sure and give the video a like, give the channel a subscribe, and ring ding rang clang that bell so you get notifications when these videos go up. And coming out to catch me record one of these live at twitch.tv/ElecNor, where you can see everything happen in all its raw, dirty form. Thank you very much. Bye-bye now.